I'm Paddy Crumlin. I'm the President of the International Transport Workers Federation, also the Chair of the Dockers section of the ITF, and I'm also National Secretary of the Maritime Union of Australia. Look, we see it this way. This is a form of union busting, and we're not going to have a bar of it. Not going to have a bar of it in Spain. We're not going to have a bar of it throughout Europe. And where it happens anywhere in the world, international dock workers are going to do something about it. The big players in this country are all multinationals. APM Terminals, Hutchinson and DP World. Stevedoring is an international industry. It's being automated. It's highly productive. It has very small numbers of employees. It's essential community infrastructure. There's not any real competition in those areas. It is about maintaining a fundamental supply to the communities in every country. Dock workers have a right to training. It is a 24-hour-a-day industry. It is a highly productive industry. It's an industry that requires very specific skills and investment in skills and safety. There needs to be training infrastructure. There is nothing within the scope that says dock workers in Spain, in Belgium, in Germany, in Australia cannot have stable employment within a single company. But what there needs to be is stability of employment for dock workers within inside an industry. And what the industry and the government needs to do is invest in that training. And the best way to invest in that training is to invest in a process where there is an identifiable workforce that is trained right up to best practice, that is safe. We've had enough of dock workers not going home at night because they've been mauled on the job or killed. The mortality rates in this industry are one of the highest in the world. We are not going to accept what is basically a union-busting exercise by this government. We're not going to accept the big stevedoring companies in this country or any country doing anything but reaching understandings with the national workforce about the best interests, the most sustainable interests, the best practice for training and stability of employment. That's the contract. We are doing box rates in this country and throughout Europe and in the world in numbers that have never been seen. These dock workers are faster than fully automated ports. I'm not here about automation, but that can also be another form of union busting. The Commissioner has to understand that the social contract and social dialogue in Europe means that there has to be understandings between the stevedoring workforce, the employer of stevedoring labour, and that the government needs to facilitate that outcome and not interfere with it. It's clear that there's political interference in these negotiations. They would have been resolved a long time ago, like they have been in other countries, if there was not political interference. Understand this. The ITF is here with the ETF to send clear signals, not only to the stevedoring employers, not only to the Spanish government, but to the ship owners as well, that if you want to continue to contend with a process that is basically sending dock workers back to casual work, precarious work, part-time work, with no stability, with no proper investment in infrastructure, then this is going to be a very long and bitter fight. Not only legally, not only publicly, not only within the community, but industrially. Now, I urge the Spanish government, on behalf of all of the dock workers in the ITF worldwide, I strongly urge the Spanish government to return to the table and facilitate an understanding between the Spanish dock workers' unions and these international employers. It's on the table to be resolved. It must be resolved. It must be resolved urgently, and if it's not, there is going to be a very dysfunctional industrial and political and international outcome. And the ITF is committed to protect these Spanish dock workers unambiguously. Thank you very much.